I'm Kelly Senier. I'm going to show you how to turn an ordinary box of frozen puff pastry into the ultimate holiday appetizer. I'm going to start by rolling out both sheets of puff pastry into a 10-inch square. Now we're going to cut this into a 10-inch circle. Here's the trick. Trace around a bowl so you get a nice even circle. Remove the scraps. And now we're going to cut a hole in the center of our wreath with a 4-inch cookie cutter. Now don't get rid of that center circle. You're going to use the back end of a piping tip to stamp out 9 circles to form our holly berries. I'm going to get rid of this centerpiece now and then transfer this onto my lined baking sheet. Next up, I'm going to add our basil pesto. Homemade or store-bought works great. I'm going to spread it around the center of the wreath, leaving about a 1/2 inch around the edges. I've rolled out the second sheet of puff pastry and also cut out a hole in the center. I'm going to place it right on top to form our wreath. Don't worry if they don't match up exactly. You can kind of push it until they line up. Now I'm going to use my fingers and crimp around the edges to seal the 2 pieces of puff pastry together. Don't forget to crimp the center of the wreath as well. Whisk together 1 egg with a tablespoon of water to make your egg wash. This is what's going to give your wreath that golden brown color. Now I'm going to brush this atop our wreath. Hang on to that egg wash because we're going to need something to secure those holly berries to the top of our wreath. So now we're going to make the slits to form all of the leaves on our wreath. I like to use a pizza wheel because it makes for nice even cuts and we can get all around the close edges of the baking sheet. You want to aim for about 1 inch apart, making sure that you leave the pastry connected at the center of the wreath. Now it's time to twist each of the branches. So I'm going to pick up each piece of the wreath and twist it 2 or 3 times. Then place it down and just keep going around the wreath. I like to twist them all in the same direction so that you get a nice even pattern. Grab your egg wash and dip each of the holly berries into the egg wash and then attach them in clusters of 3 around the wreath. Pop this into a 400-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes just until it's golden brown and puffed. Now it's time for a little Parmesan cheese snow. Then it's onto the serving platter and it's time to dig in. For the full recipe and more pro tips, check out justataste.com.